What's up, everybody? Quick market update. I have to show you this. I was speaking about a double top in my previous videos, and guess what? The charts repeated again. Let me just show you. So this is the SPY Renminbi market trading. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this nice chart. See, look, we're going up, we're going down, going up, and going down, causing a double top. Now, when to know when to enter and exit? Very simple. You're gonna make a trend line. I'm gonna keep on repeating this until it gets into your head, guys, because it's the only way to print money. Okay? You go like this from the bottom all the way from starting point to lowest point of the day. You're going to make it align perfectly straight up. Okay, now what did I do? Let me explain. I went all the way from the bottom. See over here, the lowest of the day, the lowest. And then we went all the way lined up perfectly. Let's zoom in. See this right over here? It's aligning perfectly on the trend line. And that's where you know when to enter into puts with your contracts. And that's where we all cashed in over here. We went from 661 all the way down even further. I'll explain this in a second, all the way down to $653. That is absolutely insane. Now, of course, this is your levels right over here. Let's make over here our floors. Let's go to make a horizontal line right over here. Perfect. On top, the highest of the day right over here. See, so we didn't touch the first loop on top, but that's fine. I'm just showing you different kind of patterns of how to catch a double top. Not always are the double tops perfectly loops, right? It could just be like a small like this. Sometimes it could be sideways, like whatever. This is more or less actually sideways. That's why it's not perfectly aligned. Let's get a trend line over here, and let's make it from here all the way up like this. Nice, perfect. Let's get rid of this for now. Just to explain what I just did. You see, so it matches perfectly over here and crossing all the way over perfect over here. And that's where you know where we're going to crash down as well. So I just gave you 2 hints when to know when to catch a double top. And that's the only way to trade, guys. You just have to be confident going into your trades. So now look over here. Let's go further down. In SPY, we're causing now another double top right over here as we're speaking. But for now, I don't want to show you that. I want to go to NVIDIA because I saw something else in NVIDIA. Actually, it's actually creating the same thing. In the beginning, it was creating more or less like a double bottom, by the way, because we had one loop over here and then one loop over here. It looks like more or less like a W. One over there and one over here. It's very small, and now it's causing actually a double top again. So it changed its form. That's why you're not allowed to enter into calls or puts right over here, because you don't know what the market trend is going to be like. You have to just follow up to see when the right entry signal comes. See, this candle's going. It's creating like a big red candle. Okay, so now it wasn't so big. It came back, so we don't have our entry signal yet. But if you make a trend line over here, going from the bottom and making it perfectly right over here, just like this. Now you know once it reaches over here, then we can enter into puts, and we're going to go further crashing down. Second case scenario, we get rid of this, and it's going to cause a double bottom, as I mentioned before. Like I saw originally in the pattern, you see you have one loop and two loop over here. Let's make our trend over here. Let's go to the bottom. You see right over here. Perfect, just like this. And then when we crash above here, let's go to make a horizontal line. Right over here, when we crash above this guy over here, right, because it has to go above, then that means it's a double bottom, and we're going to go all the way up. Now, I want to say something else that I never said before. Let's just delete the charts. The bigger the pattern, the bigger the crash. Okay, so now let's not do it in the video. Let's do it in SPY because it's much better. See, look, we started off the beginning of the day. This was this is actually 936, the lowest point over here. This candle over here. Okay, we finished off right. Let's make our trend line again just to explain it. Right over here, perfect. Let's go all the way up. And we finished off at what time? When was this? This was at about 11:28 to 11:30. 11. Let's make it to this one, 11:31. And that's how long it took. The longer the timing for the pattern to form, the bigger the crash will be. Now, what caused the Sonata crash? Actually, it's nothing to do with the double top. It has to do also with more stuff, of course. It has to do with the news and everything. So in the beginning of the day, Trump came out saying that, oh, the war will probably be over within the next 5 days, and Iran really wants to make a deal. They really want to, join us. But then let's go to markets, and then we see oil. We saw in the beginning oil coming all the way back up. When the lowest point was 85, and then it went all the way up to 91. Now it's crashing back down. So therefore, I believe for that reason that SPY will be having a double bottom right over here, like we mentioned, and as well in the video. And I want to show you something else also. In Tesla, it's the same exact charts, by the way. Look at this. Look at this massive thing we had over here. Instead, Tesla was just the opposite, actually. We went from bottom to up instead of up to bottom. That's the difference. Look, see, this candle is green over here versus SPY. This candle is red over here. You understand? Because look, in pre-market, we went from up. In SPY, going back to Tesla, pre-market, we went from bottom to up, and that's what caused it. So therefore, it's very important to find the trend, to find the chart pattern. Okay, now let's make a trend line over here to explain it over here. We went all the way from the lowest point, going all the way up, aligning with this candle over here. Let me show you. This one right over here. So it's not exact perfect. I didn't make it one second. Let's go a bit more up. Perfect. See, now it's perfect. And now you know when to enter into puts. And if you entered right over here at about $383, then you could have made the most money maximizing and selling it right over here when you found that first few green candles up. So now to explain these candles, this is for another video. I'm going to be coming out. I'm going to be coming out in the next probably next 2-3 days with another massive video of the difference between candlesticks and the bar charts. Not this one. Sorry. Let's just change it. Where is it? Right over here. The line. What's the difference between this and the candlestick? You can actually find patterns in the candles as well. This is the 1 minute chart, right? These 3 candles represent something. These 4 candles, 5 candles represent something. Every single candle represents something else, and it's very important to learn. So please follow me for more because we're going to be learning a lot over here. Next, back to what I was saying. Actually, this is also forming. We still don't know if it's going to be a double bottom or a double top, because if it forms into a W, then it's a double bottom. If it forms into an M shape, it's a double top. We will only know once it crosses our trend line, and it didn't cross yet. So now let's go. That was for the matter that I wanted to share with you. Another thing I want to share with you is let's just get rid of this thing over here, and let's go to the next step. There's something called MA, the moving average. I take the MA10 and the MA50 and I make it together. Whenever so now the MA50 is the blue and the MA10 is the orange, right? That's what I set up with my thing. Whenever the MA10 crosses over the MA50, that means it's a sell signal. And whenever it's the opposite, it's a buy signal. Do we have a buy signal in this? Yeah, right over here. Over here is a buy signal. You see, the MA10 crossed over the MA50. It's a buy signal. Same thing over here. The MA10 crossed over the MA50 over here. It's a sell signal. You understand what I'm saying? Now let's make the trend line again, and now let's see how the charts make so much sense. And trading just comes with technicals, indicators, and chart reading. It's not a guessing game. This is perfect because I'll tell you. Let's watch. When we got our sell signal over here, right, at this candle over here, the same time we also got our sell signal from the MA10 crossing over the MA50. So not only do you have a choice. You can either follow the trend line, which is the safest to say, by the way, in this market trend, because the MA10, MA50 is not 100% accurate. It only tells you what happened previously versus the trend line where you can more or less tell what's going to happen in the future. I mean, nobody can tell really what is going to happen in the future, but it's the same combinations, it's the same codes, and that's how we go further. So remember that. It's very, very important to remember. And then that's one thing I wanted to show. The next thing I wanted to show you is, let's just get rid of the MA50 and the MA10 for now. Let's go to VWAP. You see now, we were trading above VWAP. Whenever we were trading above VWAP, then you were able to buy calls. But again, it wasn't safe to really buy calls all the way up because we don't know when it's going to be, what the pattern form is going to be. Once we see that we're forming a double top, why would you be into calls? Because any minute we could come crashing down. Look, this is another pattern, by the way, chart pattern. This is called a V, right? This is a V. And I already explained that in one of my videos where this kills your calls or puts. It just kills you. I mean, this was in the beginning of the day, so you might as well, you might have not gotten so much slammed. But towards the end of the day, if you do like a power hour after 2 o'clock, you are slammed. You're going to lose all your investment. So really, really watch out what you're purchasing with your options. And then let's go a bit closer. We actually have over here a double tap, a small mini double tap actually in the middle of the day. And let's see if we could align it with the trend line. I actually missed this trade over here. Let's go to the lowest over here, going all the way up. It was actually so small that you had to be in and out. Like you could have like entered in here because like we don't know when to enter in this one, right? We just don't know. We have to align with our trend line. We enter over here, and we can sell at hopefully at the lowest point. But this probably went so quick. It's a 1 minute candle. That's the difference. And like I told you, the difference between the 1 minute and 5 minute candle, why the 1 minute is so much more accurate, is because look at the 1 minute. It's giving you the best signals versus the 5 minute, where okay, now you can see a pattern, an M, but it's from pre-market. It's not during market session. And the difference between the 1 minute chart is, look, it's all formed in middle of from after 9:30, following up till about 12 o'clock, 11:30, 12 o'clock, and that's where we finished off. That's the difference. So it's very, very important. So now back to VWAP. Whenever the market is trading below VWAP, yeah, then that's another indicator why we should go with puts. That's of course if you're going with long, not with short, not with short, because if you're going to be day trading, you have to literally be in and out. You have to follow the candles alone plus the trend. That's the difference. So I hope you guys learned a lot from this video as well. I'm not going to keep you all up here on this video, but like, just please like, share, and subscribe to like that I could just continue making my videos. And we're just going to be going day by day, teaching you guys how to really find the right chart patterns. I'm not here to give you entries and exits on stocks. I'm here to actually teach you the form on how to find your trades yourself. That's it. The form of how to trade yourself. And of course, this is 100% free. This is not a Discord where I charge money or anything. It's 100% free. I want everybody to learn the market. Everybody can become rich. It's just time, patience, dedication. That's it. It's work. That's what it is. You just have to have time and patience. And I promise you, you will grow. You will learn from me.